Batman is one of the most iconic superheroes of all time.
Oh! Do you always sneak up on people like that?
No.
He's been popular through generations, with many defining traits like how he's always in the darkness, he's in the shadows. He wants to bring justice to Gotham, and one of his morals is that he does not kill the villains. Or does he? Now, like all superheroes from comics, Batman has been adapted many different times by many different authors and illustrators. He's also been adapted into numerous television series and movies, and so people grew up on different interpretations of Batman, even though most of them share a lot of common similarities. So everyone has their own idea of what Batman is like. And one of his defining traits apparently is that he has a no-kill rule. What if I were to tell you that wasn't entirely accurate?
What?
In most modern interpretations of Batman in movies and comics, that does happen to be the case, but it wasn't really always that way. In Batman's very first appearance in 1939 in Detective Comics number 27, it establishes that he fights crime, he wants to bring justice to villains, but this short story actually ends with him punching someone into a tank of acid and being like, oh, yeah, he kind of got what he deserved. And in some of the follow-up comics, Batman does kill people, but something very important needs to be noted here. He doesn't go around just killing people, shooting them, or whatever. He tends to spare the lives of these gangsters. However, if it's going to severely inconvenience him by sparing their life, and they're a huge obstacle, he knows what needs to be done and he does kill them. I mean, he's not Superman, he's going to be inconvenienced a lot. Now obviously the comics became more lighthearted, more campy, as parents wanted them to be more family friendly, so you don't really have much of any killing in the Silver Age. But Batman did originally in fact kill some people, although it wasn't much. Now later on, most interpretations made it to where he had the rule where he was not going to kill people, even if he was inconvenienced, which he often was. But was that the original intention of Batman? I can't really say it was. Let's look at the different versions throughout the movies though. The Michael Keaton version of the character does in fact kill people very similarly to how he did it in the original comics. He usually spares the lives of the villains.
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
But there are some points where he's walking up the cathedral and one of Joker's gangsters is in the way, he's trying to fight him and he's like, look, I'm not having any of this, throws the guy off the building because there is an innocent life at stake. And he did the same thing in Batman Returns by strapping a bomb on this big guy. And there are some other examples here and there. Now as for the Val Kilmer version of the character, that was toned down a little. Although he did do something that led to Two-Face dying. But still, I found that version of the character to be similar to the comics of the 90s of that time. And then the George Clooney version obviously is toned down a lot. It's very goofy, similar to the Silver Age comics. Which is interesting, even though this is like the worst version of Batman in live action, I can't argue that it's not comic accurate, because it's comic accurate to a certain era. Once you get to the Dark Knight trilogy, they do implement that no-kill rule again, but they do show Bruce Wayne when he was younger really wanting to kill Joe Chill, who murdered his parents, and he's actually ready to do it, someone just beats him to it, and then he obviously learns his lesson. There's even a point in the movie where he's with the League of Shadows, and he causes an explosion that kills people, which is kind of on him, like what did he think would happen? Now things get interesting with the Ben Affleck version of the character, which is criticized for killing people. But notice in this movie, it's meant to be an older version of Batman who's been fighting crime for 20 years.
We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left?
And it's very much implied him killing people is a newer thing. He did not originally do that. You can see the machine guns on his Batmobile and different things are obviously added on. Those were not part of the original design. And it's because he's dealing with this trauma where Robin died. And then the whole Superman situation, he doesn't trust Superman.
If we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
And he just feels like all hope is lost, so he's in this desperate situation where, yeah, he's killing people, but that's meant to be part of his character arc. And once you get to both versions of the Justice League movie, he's not killing people anymore. He's back to his no-kill rule except for the bugs, but I mean, those do not have feelings. I'm sorry. And then once you get to the Robert Pattinson version of the character, they avoided having him kill anyone. And so at the end of the day, if I were to make my own Batman story, I probably would have him with the no-kill rule. But with the Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck version of the character, I think both of them killing people is a justifiable interpretation. And again, as we looked back on the comics, while most modern versions of the character have the no-kill rule, that was not the original intention. And so if they make a new version of Batman and have him kill people, I can't really complain that it's not comic accurate. It's just not in line with most of the modern interpretations. But overall, do you think it's more interesting when Batman kills people or doesn't kill people? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.